Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have the declutter of the month. These declutters are going to be hopefully coming at more of a rapid rate. My husband and I have bought our tickets, so our move is coming up. It's right around the corner. It's going to be coming up really fast, and I've decided that I'm going to be traveling with a decent amount of perfumes, but not all of my perfumes. At this point, it's almost impossible because I'm so in love with every single one of the perfumes that I have. So it's just a matter of, can I let this go right now and possibly just rebuy it over there instead of just like lugging all these with me? Because I mean, I'm moving, so I'm obviously gonna be traveling with a lot more than just my perfumes, you know what I mean? It's kind of an overwhelming process in a lot of ways, but yeah, just kind of putting that out there because I am going to be doing these declutters a lot. I have been doing them a lot, I feel like, but I'm going to be doing them even more while still trying to review and just keeping up the normal pace of my channel. As I said in a previous video, my goal was to be at 150 and I'm at 150 right now. That includes all of my dupe perfumes. That includes all the perfumes that I have yet to make videos on, like perfume hauls. So yeah, all of my perfumes right now equal to 150, which I feel like to the average person, you're probably like, 150 perfumes? Like, are you okay? But I mean, this is my job. This is all I make videos on. My collection used to be over 300 perfumes at one point, so I'm pretty happy with myself right now, but we're still working towards it. I think ultimately I want to travel with less than 100. Hoping I can make that happen. I did ask you guys in terms of traveling with perfumes. A lot of you guys were giving me really great advice on that. So let me know if you've traveled with a lot of perfumes and how that went for you, especially traveled internationally. So let me know your experiences if you've traveled with a plethora of perfumes. In this declutter, I have around 20 perfumes and then a lot of body sprays. I feel like by continuing to do this each month leading up to my move, I'm gonna be able to get my collection to my desired moving amount. As always, all these fragrances are currently live on my Mercari. I didn't put up a community tab post prior to this video, so hopefully that gives you guys a chance to buy things since I didn't really give a heads up, because usually when I do that, by the time I make these videos, more than half of the perfumes are already gone. Everything as of right now is available. I just posted everything yesterday, so if you want anything, it should be available on there. Check out my Mercari shop in the description box. With all that said, let's get straight into it. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn post notifications on, and let's get started. Let's start with the perfumes and then I'm gonna get into the body sprays. Starting with Sunfruit by Ellis Brooklyn. I love this perfume. I think the reason why I am getting rid of this is because I actually traveled with this perfume when my husband and I went to Albania and Greece a couple years ago, and so every time I smell this now, it reminds me of that trip, which is amazing. I love that. But now that I'm actually moving there, I kind of just want a new perfume to represent that. I don't know, I'm weird with things like that. But yeah, I'm just kind of like bored with it. I have actually used a good amount of this, so I did keep that in mind with the pricing of this fragrance. It is at about right here. Oh, you can see it in the camera. It's a little bit more than halfway full. This is a really beautiful tropical fragrance without having any coconut or sunscreen kind of element. It just smells like tropical fruits. It's really juicy and sweet and really fun for the summertime coming up. This one was kind of shocking and a little bit hard to do. This is Pepe Jeans London. This is such a sexy perfume. The way that I kind of went about this declutter is I basically took out all of my perfumes and I was starting to pair similar scents together just to see how many I had of a certain scent profile, so then I could go into that specific section and kind of curate it a little bit more. And I found that with scents like this, I had a lot, so I kind of just stuck with other ones and kept those in my collection and got rid of this. But this is such a good one. It's so sexy. It's within the DNA of scents like Cherosa 62, so it's that sweet almondy tropical sexy kind of fragrance. There's marshmallow in here as well. This gives me like a cherry kind of vibe as well, but there is no cherry. It's just so vibrant and sweet and almondy, creamy. If I wasn't moving, I would probably keep it and just try to use it more, but because of the move, I'm just trying to get rid of as much as I can. I got rid of Amore Amore by Cacharel. I really love this little perfume, but it's very similar to my Nina Ricci, and I was keeping both of these for a while because I really like the scent profile, which is like this kind of tangy, juicy, citrus, woodsy. I don't know how to explain this scent profile, but it's so good and it is so nostalgic to me. It reminds me of my childhood. It's just a really fun, bright kind of fragrance, and when I smell Nina Ricci and Amore Amore together, they are so similar in scent profiles. They're nearly identical, so I kind of just weighed which one I kind of liked a little bit more. That was Nina Ricci for me, so I decided to let this one go. Bulgari Omnia Crystal, or not Crystal, Coral. This is Omnia Coral. This is such a good fragrance, and even just that aside, it is such a huge compliment getter, and honestly for that reason is why I kept this for as long as I did, even though I wasn't really using it that much. This is just a really nice freshie. It's like a fruity, fresh, everyday, clean girl type scent. It's not revolutionary, it's not that unique. If you love Chanel Chance, it's pretty much like that. Just a bright, fruity, fresh, everyday scent, straight out the shower kind of scent, signature scent. If you're a fresh girl, you would love Omnia Coral, and you get so many compliments on this scent. It's unbelievable. I just have more of my go-to freshies that I love way more. So again, with kind of going into that certain collection of fragrances, I found that that kind of was just like my least favorite in that category. This might be a little shocking. It was to me as well, but I am decluttering Afternoon Delight from Replica. This is fairly new, just like a few months old. It's a new release, and this scent, it is so gourmand, like so ultra gourmand. Again, I went into my very gourmand section. It was between Eclair from Lattafa, and I recently also got a Bianco Latte dupe from Giuliana's Perfume, so I was kind of going into all of them, and I kind of like those better than Afternoon Delight. This smells like Madeleine cookies. It's a warm vanilla Madeleine. That is literally the scent description of this, and it's supposed to kind of give you this feeling of walking into a pastry shop in France, and it's just really warm. It's very creamy and lactonic. It smells like you're dipping cookies in milk. I did like this more so in the fall and winter, but now that it's coming up in summer, there's something nauseating to me about this scent because it's just so overwhelmingly sweet and gourmand, which is not a bad thing, but we're just coming out of that season, so I don't know. I'm more into other stuff, and I have other scents in that profile. Again, if I wasn't moving, I'd probably keep it because it is a great fragrance. I was just kind of trying to downsize that category again of fragrances. Speaking of delicious gourmands that I love, this is Sweet Tooth by Sabrina Carpenter. I'm only decluttering this because I had two of these and I just kept one, and I'm decluttering the other. That's literally the only reason why. I love this scent. Like a sweet, marshmallow, fluffy, white chocolate, creamy scent. Delicious and so girly. I just have two of them, so I just decided to keep one. I got rid of these two fragrances from Curations by The Good Scent. This is Whipped Marshmallow, and then I got rid of my Manifest Your Future. This was a little favorite for a little minute, especially during the fall and winter. I discovered this 2 years ago, I want to say now, and it's so good. The notes in here are delicious. It has candy apple, spiced pear, caramel sugar, sage leaf, coconut milk, vanilla cookie. It is fall in a bottle. It smells like a candy apple and vanilla cookies at the same time. It's just so warm and inviting and cozy. Definitely like a cozy night in type of scent. It's just so specific that I can really only use this for a very short amount of time of the year, and so again, for the sake of like moving and downsizing, that's why I got rid of that. Otherwise I'd probably keep it. And then Whipped Marshmallow, this just didn't really stand out. It's a really nice marshmallow scent. It has orange blossom, lemon zest, gardenia, plum pulp, marshmallow accord, vanilla, white musk, and sandalwood. It opens up a little zesty, and I don't know, something about that combo after wearing it for a while. Zest, like citrus, mixed with gourmands, as I've said previously, don't always mix well with me. And initially I did like that scent, but through wearing it, I kind of realized that it wasn't a love. I got rid of my Orchidee Vanille from Van Cleef & Arpels. This was again another case where I kind of rounded up all of my vanilla fragrances in my collection and was trying to really curate it. I still have a good amount. Vanilla is my favorite note in perfume, so I knew that that was going to be the biggest little category within my collection, but I still wanted to kind of weed out anything that I wasn't in love with. And for me, that ended up being Orchidee Vanille. This was just kind of at the bottom of the list. Not necessarily love, 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 just like mini love. This is a really woodsy floral vanilla, still really warm and definitely prominent vanilla, but there's something in here that I'm just not in love with. Can't really pinpoint it, but it is a really good high quality vanilla perfume. It doesn't smell like a cheapy synthetic vanilla. It has a lot of character. Harry Ellis Orchid. I am getting rid of this guy. I have loved this for so many years. This is such a good cheapy. It smells like the color purple. It's got all these berry type of notes in it, but in a really sexy, seductive way. It has patchouli. It's such an elevated perfume and so complex for the price point that it has. It's so inexpensive and it's very, very strong. I did use this a good amount, but literally have not made a dent because it's not a perfume that you need much of to really get a lot out of it. This scent got me so many compliments for those times that I did use it, but within my sexy going out perfume category, I just have so many others that I love, and this just kind of fell through a little bit, so decided it was time. Are we surprised? I finally am getting well, I shouldn't say finally because I haven't really hinted that I'm going to be getting rid of this, but Jessica Simpson Fancy, I had a rocky start with. I didn't like this the first time I had it, ended up decluttering it, and later on I ended up liking it again, so I bought it again. And now it's not that I don't like this scent, but it just, I don't love it. I never have loved it. I liked it more than the initial time where I literally hated when I first found out about it, because all I was getting was gardenia, whereas everyone was saying, oh, it's sweet and caramelly. I was not getting that. Then I ended up liking it, but with the collection as large as mine, and also with what I'm trying to do with decluttering, I really just want absolute loves and nothing else. And in doing that, this scent I can't say is an absolute love in comparison to some that I'm absolutely in love with, you know? So Fancy is leaving my collection yet again. Maybe at some point in the future I might get this, but I don't know. Never say never, I guess, but I'm over her again. And then I also am getting rid of my Carolina Herrera Good Girl Supreme, I believe this one is. Yes, this one I just don't use. I think this is a really beautiful, sexy, mysterious scent. It's a flanker of the OG Good Girl, and it actually has a good amount of difference. This one is like Good Girl, but it has a lot more berry notes in it, which was the appeal for me when I first got it. But honest to God, I just don't use it enough. And when I do want to reach for a Good Girl scent, I just go for the OG. So yeah, this is a really good perfume though. I have not used this as much as I probably should. It's just like a more berry delicious version of the original. But yeah, don't use her. Also, I love the packaging. It's the iconic heel, same packaging as the original, but there's glitter at the bottom. So freaking sexy. Okay, I always add a few of these Dupe House fragrances just because I have such a huge collection of these, and so I kept my few favorites. But I'm getting rid of these three Dossier ones. I have Woody Peony, Free the Musk, and Slice of Heaven. All perfumes I love, just redundant in my personal collection. Those are gonna be one listing combined. And then same for these. These are from Juliana's. We have Mon Cherie Secret, Liquid Gold Dreamy Edition, and Beautiful Bella, which is a dupe for Dama Bianca, I believe. Same reason again. And now we can get into the body sprays. I got rid of a good amount of body sprays actually. I'm just gonna go through these super fast. I have Girlfriend, You're Cheeky, Orange Vanilla Twist, Strawberry Snowflakes. A lot of these I got rid of because I had doubles for a lot of them, even though some of these are absolute loves, and so I was trying to cut back on the doubles, or they're just kind of redundant because I did the same thing with my body mist that I did with the perfumes, where I just kind of paired up all my vanillas, all my gourmands, all my fruity scents, and just kind of try to pick away at those categories. So I have Coconut Cream Pie, Fresh Coconut and Cotton, Strawberry Pound Cake, Chasing Fireflies, Boardwalk Taffy, Summer Melody. I feel like some of these are kind of shocking. I still have a lot of these that I'm mentioning that I absolutely love, but I have like repackages of like the same scent. Malibu Heat, Sea Island Shore, If You Musk, the Emily in Paris Lavender Luxe, Wild Madagascar Vanilla. I had like 3 of these, so I'm like, okay, we can get rid of one. Sweetheart's Cherry, Pink Cashmere. From the Victoria's Secret and Pink line, I got rid of Candy Hearts, Warm Cookie, Sugared Petals, Sizzling Vanilla, and then these two non-Bath and Body Works, non-Victoria's Secret, the Perfect Sense Tahitian Vanilla. And then I got rid of this JLo Miami Glow body spray only because I literally have 3 of my Miami Glow perfumes and I feel like I'm already doing too much. I love my perfumes, like you guys know how I feel about that scent, but we gotta get rid of at least one. So I decided I was okay with letting go of the body spray. This is so good. We're letting go of her. Okay, it's just I don't need it anymore. Okay, those are all of the fragrances that I'm decluttering this month. Expect to see these a little bit more frequently now as my move is coming up. I'm not gonna say exactly when because you guys know how I feel about, like, I don't know, it's like a superstitious thing. I don't know. I'm not gonna say when, but it's coming up. I'm nervous. There's a lot of really big, major life changes happening, so I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm trying to just deal with everything, you know, one day at a time. And I feel like an area that I do have control over is, you know, decluttering my stuff and the amount of stuff that I'm gonna be moving with, because I have a lot of stuff and I have done really good in the past year at like decluttering everything and most importantly not buying anymore. It's a lot of stuff happening. I can't really wrap my head around it when I start thinking about everything, so I just have to like not think about it all and just go with the flow. But yeah, let me know any advice if you guys have moved overseas with all your stuff. How'd you do it? How was that process for you? If you've moved with a ton of perfumes, let me know how that was for you. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. You guys help me so much with advice. And by the way, I never mentioned this, but thank you so much for all of the advice I got about the wisdom tooth question that I asked about. I did get my wisdom tooth out. It was so easy. The procedure itself took like 10 minutes. The tooth came out so smoothly and nicely. I couldn't have asked for a faster and easier process. It was so easy and simple. The recovery was super fast as well. I had pre-filmed all my videos that week, fully expecting to just like be in pain and be in bed all week. I was not in pain at all. Other than the first day of the actual procedure, I had 0 pain. So everything went extremely smoothly. I'm so grateful for it all, and now I'm like fully healed. It's been like 2 weeks since the procedure. I just want to thank you guys about your advice regarding to that. I can't tell you how much you help me when it comes to stuff like that, so thank you. That is it for me today. If you want any of these fragrances, check them out on my Mercari. It'll be the first link in my description box. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.